Yo, welcome back to the #1 television show in the history of the world. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown. All three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing Righteous Prey by John Sandford. This is book number 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, or 37 in his Lucas Davenport Prey series, and it's probably about book 12 or 13 in his Virgil Flowers mystery series. So John Sandford has two mystery series going concurrently. Gosh, you might even have more than that. But the two that I'm following, the two that I'm collecting, are the Prey novels, and I've been collecting those since the early 1990s, and the Virgil Flowers novels, which I just started collecting. But anyway, you can see right there, it's a Lucas Davenport and Virgil Flowers novel, so both characters are teaming up this time to solve a mystery in the state of Minnesota, which is where all these stories take place. Anyway, let's talk about the cover first. This is his newest release. It came out about a month and a half ago, and I just got to it. And all the covers are about similar. Just big fonts, big graphic design, and there's not really a whole lot to it. I don't even think there's an image. It's like maybe a spider web in the background with a little dots. I don't know. Anyway, it's all right. It doesn't blow me away. There's a nice photo of the author, though. It's okay. The cover is all right. It matches sort of the style of the rest of them as of late. Average. Anyway, let's talk about the newest Lucas Davenport Prey novel, also starring Virgil Flowers. Now, this is a cool novel. I really like this. This is one of the better ones I've read lately that John Sandford's done. And I've got all of John... Well, I'll just show you. I've been talking about all of them. I've got all of the Virgil Flower. We'll pan through my massive library here. And we'll go down here and I'll show you all of my... That's my Virgil Flowers collection right there. And those are all of the Prey novels right there. So you can see there's quite a bit of them. Anyway, got that out of the way, just showing off my book collection. I will show off my book collection anytime I get. Let's get back to this book. Like I said, it's one of my favorites to come along in a while that John Sandford's written. Anyway, it starts off in San Francisco, California. There's John Sandford talks about all the high taxes that Californians pay, the homeless problem that they've got in San Francisco and California, and just all of the things that are just turning California into a regular old shit show. And there's this billionaire who is murdered in the streets of San Francisco. A guy named George Sonnewell murders this guy. Well, strangles the dude in an alleyway. But that's the thing is, it's a planned murder, but it's not just planned by George Sonnewell himself. It is a plot by a group of people called the Five. And the Five, their mission is to root out ne'er-do-wells in society, people that make society worse for us, and just murder them off one by one. And so this guy is murdered, and a note is left on his body. And I'm going to read the note that's left on his body because this sets up the whole plot of the story here. So, the note that's left is from the Five. Five people that want to they're like superheroes. They want to rid the world of evil. So, if you have money, a lot of money, as all of us do, how do you get your thrills? Skydiving, fight clubs, orgies, gambling, fly your own jet, sail your own super yacht. Well, of course you do, all of that. But it gets old, doesn't it? It has for the Five. So now, to liven up our lives, We're going to murder people who need to be murdered. We're doing a service to the American culture at large, and at the same time enjoying the extreme thrill of being hunted by the police, by the FBI, by whomever takes the time to chase us. Yes, we are going to help rid America of all of its assholes. We invite others to join in. Really? Please do. We can't get this done alone. So many assholes, so little time. As for us, we've already killed the first of our designated victims, Duck Wiggins. George killed Duck Wiggins. That was the dude that he killed. Wiggins lived on the streets of San Francisco. He was a disgusting piece of human trash. He stole, he raped, he precipitated fights, he attacked innocent elderly Asians, and the San Francisco police believe he stabbed at least 3 of his fellow denizens of the gutters, and of course, he defecated on the sidewalks whenever he felt the urge. One of the 5 strangled him this morning. We put a numeral 1 on his forehead, and San Franciscans will no longer have to put up with Wiggins' vicious insanity. Signed, the 5. P.S. Next up, a politician. Stay tuned. Okay, so that's the setup. They wanted to get rid of... I made a mistake. Some of the people that the 5 kill are actually billionaires. The first one they killed was just a ne'er-do-well street dweller. I got that wrong. But they do go on to kill more people and leave notes similar to this. That's the setup, and they're killing them all over the country, not just in San Francisco. They go to Houston, they end up in Minnesota, and so on. Well, when they kill a person in Minnesota, like, okay, so for instance, Amy Carter is... she's an ex-abusive victim. She is one of the 5. So sure, she goes out and she kills people that are abusive. They kill a politician, and so on and so on. Anyway, in Minnesota, Magruder, there's a character named Magruder. He is one of the 5, and he is a Bitcoin billionaire. Like, he got rich selling Bitcoin, but he plans out a murder that happens in Minnesota. Tapes the little note to the, it's just one of those things. There's a number. He puts the number on the victim's forehead, signed the 5. And so this is a great setup. I really like it. And the fun part is reading the little notes that they leave and the clues that they leave and hey, who we're going to kill next. Are you going to be able to stop us? Da 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 da, dun dun dun. I don't know if dun da 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 is the right, but dun dun dun. Who's going to stop the 5 from killing? And that's why it's called Righteous Prey, because the killers think they're doing a righteous thing. I love this book. John Sandford gets into probably a little bit more politics than normal, where he talks, the characters get into a lot of discussions on fascism, and are conservatives fascist, or the liberals fascist, who's the real fascists. A lot of the 5 this is kind of built, a lot of the murder mysteries is built around this whole thing about like America and stolen elections and yada, yada, yada. And so we get into a lot of that, and I like the way that John Sandford has his characters discuss these issues back and forth. It's fun, it's interesting. And if you're in the middle politically like me, you're not offended by anything that's said. If you lean to the left, you might cry a little. If you lean to the right, you might be upset and pissed. But I like it. I think it's cool. I enjoyed the story quite a bit. I don't mind having authors give their characters different political positions to discuss, especially when it's involving a real badass, dope, cool murder mystery like this one is. In a way, do we root for the 5? Do we want them to kill? Because everybody they're killing is kind of, like they say, an asshole. They don't belong to, they're just making life more miserable for people. I mean, life can be miserable enough as it is. People have depression, they have problems. They don't need assholes coming into their life and creating drama and misery. So why not have some people like the 5 that go murder these type of, you get it. We get it. Hey. Anyway, Lucas Davenport and Virgil Flowers have to solve the mystery, and then one of the killings happens in Minnesota. They end up kind of just sort of involved in all the mysteries that happen everywhere, And this is one of the books where they work most closely hand in hand, and just watching how they work together is kind of a joy. You know, two of your favorite murder mystery sleuths going, you know, to battle together against the five. That was pretty cool. I like this book a lot. One of my favorite John Sandford books. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. It's just a really, 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 really good book, and an excellent new addition into the Prey series and also the Virgil Flowers series. So there you have it.